Hey, welcome back to Cultivating Truth. I'm your host, Robert. Thanks again for watching. Today was the day Charlie Kirk was shot and killed while giving his one of his speeches at a college campus. And it's going to be a raw video, just minimal edits, and just want to give my thoughts on it. I was never a big Charlie Kirk fan. My take on him, I always thought he was a little on the milquetoast kind of side of the right, and that's just what makes it even all the more egregious to me. He was pretty moderate right, if in my book. He did some great stances for life, standing against the horror of abortion, and he just mainly went around on college campuses and sought to debate college students. That was the part that I was fairly critical of, to be completely honest. Just going around debating, half-wits is the way I kind of, saw it. But in his defense, he was meeting people where they were at. And that's unfortunately where modern college students are at. They are a bunch of half-wits that, frankly, most of them don't even deserve to be in college. Going to college used to be something that was a privilege, not something that anybody with a pulse could go and do. And so that's the state of modern higher education, that you would have a bunch of half-wits, with coloring their faces with crayons saying, "I don't know what gender I am," right? That's the state of higher education today. It's a sad testament. And so Charlie went in there and he fought the good fight. I know as I said, I was critical of that, but come on, it's friendly fire. And God bless him for that, and for doing what he did do in that arena. From my understanding, he was always an outspoken Christian, and when I first heard the news today, again, like I said, I'm not like a big Charlie Kirk fan. When the video just popped up, and I saw it, and I immediately gasped, and I wept for him and his family. It's tragic, and immediately go to prayer. It's just simply tragic. And so what to share here? This is a testament to where we are. I mean, we keep getting stuff like this. Just the other week, it was the kids up there in Minnesota getting shot at. We were continuing to see violence, and let's just be honest, it's violence from the left. They're very unstable people. By and large, the left, the modern left, is godless. They've rejected Christianity, and so they've rejected Logos itself. They've rejected Christ. They've rejected Logos itself. And so they're in a state of utter confusion. They're the party the side that supports abortion, that supports euthanasia, that supports gay mirage, that supports altering the sex of children. This is the modern left. It's not just about protecting union members and their rights. You could be forgiven for being on the political left in the past, but today, I don't know how you can be a Christian and be on the modern left. It's a complete degenerate party at this point. It's a complete degenerate movement. So as far as Charlie Kirk and his influence, again, he went out there and he fought the good fight. And again, all he did was debate college kids. That's all he did. and if they're going to shoot middle of the road, fairly moderate right-wing Charlie Kirk, then what do they think of people who are further to the right? Right? Like, I would assume most of anybody watching this probably is. What do they think of somebody like me? Right? I don't share much political stuff on this channel. That's not the main purpose, but it certainly is part of the truth aspect of cultivating truth. And I don't have a particular political philosophy anymore. All I know is I want order and I want my society to be Christian. That's basically where I'm at. It could be monarchical or democratic, republican, whatever. I want it to be Christian. That's my political stance at this point. That's my politics. So make of that what you will. And but yeah, Charlie Kirk had a beautiful family, and they're left behind. And they were in my prayers this evening as I said my rosary on my way home from work. But again, I think this moment, it defines, it's just kind of a little bit of a peeling back, and you get to see a bit of the rot, and you see all the termites that have set up shop in the timbers of our American culture. It's rotten. Once in a while we get a peek at it, and here's another one. And probably the most disgusting part to me was seeing people, again, on the left, who are celebratory of this. A man was just shot and killed, and there's people cheering it on and laughing about it, and they make a joke out of it. They think it's funny. They hate us. Let's just get to that. Let's just say it. They hate us. And there's no, moderating language that's going to change that. They simply hate us. They hate you because you're against abortion. They hate you because you know that there's a difference between men and women. They hate you because you're protecting your kids from their mind virus. They hate you. That's the bottom line. Just like they hated those kids up there in Minnesota. They hate them because they're Catholic. They hate them because they're Christian. They hate them because they're sane. And that's where we're at. I mean, I had a brief text interaction with a relative of mine who's a leftist. And I was just saying, I was never really a big fan of Charlie Kirk, but this is pretty tragic. And it just shows how rotten we are as a culture at this point. Didn't even say anything critical of the left. The response I get was just some insane thing about, oh, this is all Trump's fault for, hyping up the rhetoric. He turned up the temperature. This is the fault of 20 years of Fox News, blah, 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 and all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, what the frick are we talking about? This guy was just gunned down on a college campus for going out and trying to debate issues with people. The left's always talking about how let's have a conversation. Well, that's all Charlie did. He went to college campuses and invited a conversation. Hey, let's talk about this topic. Hey, let's talk about whether or not, a child being raised by two men is a good thing for that child. Hey, let's talk about that. Isn't that what the left used to always say? Let's have a conversation. Well, that's all Charlie ever did, and he got shot for it. And so again, it's just really bizarre. And you begin to see that we're clearly living, there's two different Americas. You have the sane people, the sane salt of the earth people who just want to go to their jobs and raise their families and go watch a ball game or something like that, go to church, right? Real salt of the earth America that know that there's a difference between men and women, just these basic fundamental realities that are built into our existence. And then you have this other America that's the revolutionary America. And they believe this crazy narrative of endless oppression and blah, 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 and all this nonsense. And that men can become women and vice versa. And two dudes that's marriage. And it's just and children, we should give them puberty blockers. And it's insane. So you have sanity and insanity. And that's not me defending Trump and all of his policies or anything like that. I'm just saying this is just the broad picture of the two Americas right now. And so you see that emerging. And this is just another one of those flashpoints where you see it. And, those comments from my relative, it's just basically the same sort of logic as like a rape apologist, right? I mean, look at how she was dressed. I mean, they were just asking for it. I mean, look at the rhetoric from Fox News and Trump. I mean, this is just, they're asking for it. It's insane. And it can't continue. It can't continue. This will, come to an end. A society can't continue like this, is all I'm trying to say. And Charlie Kirk was trying out there to win people through facts, logic, reason, evidence, right? That's what he did. He went and had conversations, tried to win people through debate, through philosophy, and he was shot for it. And so where do we go from here? I mean, they just shot reason, basically. They shot discussion. They shot the conversation. I don't know. It seems to me that the time for conversations is over. And I think the country we're at the point where it needs to just be split up. And that's just where it's going to go, one way or another. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. May God grant rest to Charlie Kirk's soul, and peace and comfort to his family and children. May God bless you, and may Our Lady keep you.